Hey, what's going on? Today I'm going to be showing you how I restore my sliding door. This is actually a metal sliding door, and this is at my condo that I just purchased. Replacing this with a metal door would be over $5,000. Then I'd have to get it permitted and all that stuff. So I decided not to do that. Also, if you get a vinyl one, you're talking about $1,200 for a decent one, but you're also going to be lacking visibility, because usually they have 5-inch or 6-inch bevels right here in the center and on the sides and at the top. So you're going to be losing a lot of real estate with the light. I like how it is, so I decided to restore it myself. I'm going to be painting it a matte black finish and doing some tricks to make it look like I just purchased it. So as you can see, this was installed roughly in the 70s. It's a nice sliding door. It actually rolls really nice. You know, it's built really nice. Definitely needs to be cleaned. I have some of the tools I'm going to be using right here. So I have my little shop vac. I also have a circular sander. So that's a 220 grit. So you want a fine grit so you don't have any scratches on it. I also have Goo Gone just in case there's any stickers or goo. Zep, I'm going to be spraying the whole entire frame with this Zep. So Zep is a degreaser. It's one of the best ones. That'll take off all the grease that's gotten on the frame over the years. I'm also going to be adding some oil to some parts, the casters, Windex to clean the glass, Bounty, and some brushed stainless steel to scrub some other things. Also, you want to get yourself a hand sander. This is Diablo. This is the 220 grit, so it's fine, and I have some other attachments, but you want to stick with the 220 to 240. You're going to need a drill to take apart some of the hinges and stuff, or the lock and whatnot. As you can see right here, there's a little clip right here that you can attach the rope for the blinds back in the day, but I'm going to be getting rid of stuff like that. So also we'll be getting rid of this door stopper and putting in a new one. So yeah, you're also going to need, this thing comes in handy. It's a rotary tool, or basically it's a small sander and there's different attachments. This is the 240 grit, so I'm going to use this tool to have a the final sand before I paint. The silicone is because for this door, since it was installed in the 70s, it's a double pane, and the seal that they used a long time ago, as you can see right here, is peeling off. And I noticed that if I just cut it, I can just cut it off clean. And I don't recommend doing this because it could cause a leak, but this is leaked like maybe 20 years ago, so it's no point to having this right here. And plus, when I cut it all off, it's gonna look much cleaner. And I am just gonna put a clear strip of silicone, GE caulking, and seal it all up just in case. But that'll actually improve the visibility just slightly. I mean, this is kind of an eyesore and it's like a weird color, so getting rid of that and both sides is gonna really make it look nice. So yeah, I'm going to take off these two door panels, placing it against that wall, and I'll start to sand, and I'll show you what we're working with. Another thing you're gonna wanna get is a window cleaner kit. So like I have the microfiber, the squeegee, some of the the cloths, and then the pole. So and then you're gonna want a scrubber as well to scrub after you spread the degreaser. And yeah, I'll show you what it looks like without the doors attached. All right, so I took off the first sliding door. This one doesn't move because it's locked into place with these 2 screws. So I'll have to remove that and it'll pop right out. All right, so I have both of the panels out. As you can see, the threshold is really dirty. I'm gonna spray all of this with the Zep. I also have the Zep in the description. It's one of the best degreasers. It works on contact. Let it sit for like a few minutes. So I have these against the wall. I'm going to be resealing them, cleaning them, sanding them, and painting them matte black. I'll show you the processes. Right now I'm gonna be taking out the old, seal around the windows on both sides, and that'll give me a little bit more real estate of light. So I'll show you the updates. All right, so I just took off the seal. I'm just going along the edge with my utility knife. I have a new blade on. It's coming off really nice. Same for on this side. It's a clean cut. So yeah, I'm gonna do the rest and show you the end result. All right, so I sprayed the threshold with the Zep cleaner. As you can see, it loosened up all the grease that's been on there for the last 50 years. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a water bottle, put a sprayer on it, and then I'm gonna spray it, and then I'm gonna suck it up with the wet dry vac. And I'll show you what that looks like. So I just cleaned the whole entire threshold. I kept on doing that until I saw no dirt. I also sprayed it again and I wiped it with some Bounty, making sure I had no residue on the white towel. I cleaned all the sides and on top. I also sanded it with 220 grit. I'm not painting the threshold. So yeah, I actually just picked up some paint. I'm gonna show you. This is the paint that I actually got. I'm painting them a matte black finish. This is a spray paint by Behr. I heard a lot of good reviews on this compared to the Rust-Oleum paint. I'll try to have this in the description if I can. This seems to have a much more durable coat compared to the Rust-Oleum. This also includes a primer. So this should look really nice on these doors. Right now I have them laid down. I vacuumed the bottom ends, the sides, and I use the Zep cleaner to spray around the metal. Let it stand for 5 minutes. That really loosens up everything. Then you go along and you clean it off. My recommendation is you keep on cleaning it until you see nothing on your towel. So yeah, next step is I'm gonna sand it really lightly with a 220 grit sanding tool, and then I'll begin to paint it. Before I paint it, I'm gonna seal it. I'm gonna use my green tape and tape up all the glass so I don't get any residue. One last thing, I just went to the hardware store. I actually took out all the old screws that were supporting the frame, and as you can see, they're old. They're old Phillips bit. Some of them are just different styles. So I took them all out, and I found some at my hardware store that are painted black, and so I'm going to replace them with these. Also on Amazon, I picked up a new lock and handle. This is the old one. As you can see, it
wore out over the years. This one has to be at least 50 years old. It's a shame I have to get a new one because this one, as you can see, it's made in Japan. Definitely noticed a little weight difference, but these are the leading ones online. I'll have a link in the description on Amazon. They just look a lot better. As you can see, it's there's a lot less going on. It looks much more modern, and I can't really get these rust spots out. In the kit, it also comes with a new lock piece, so that's gonna look nice. Different attachments for different doors, so this is the one I needed to match this one right here. As you can see, the old one's dirty. I tried to clean it with the Zep to see if I could restore it, but as you can see, there's rust spots over the years. This one's also made in Japan. This is also a door stopper. This prevents the sliding door, the other side, from moving. So the original screws were these type. Phillips bit, you can't really see it. But I also got the replica in black over here from my local hardware store, Ace Hardware. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm still looking for a door stopper, a plastic door stopper. Find one on Amazon, and I'm gonna order one of those because this one looks ugly. Also, I'm gonna order another strip seal. I took this piece off the doors. They're just old and brittle. I'm just gonna get a new strip and seal it properly. Last thing, I picked up a drop cloth from the Ace Hardware to put against this wall, so when I paint, or when I'm gonna put it on the floor, then paint them on the floor, so it doesn't make a mess. So I'm getting ready to paint. I just went to Home Depot and I picked up a few things. I got some more Bounty. That's the best stuff. It'll actually pick up all the dirt and it won't rip. Way better than all the other cheap stuff. You definitely need some red rosin paper to cover the glass for when you paint. Try to grab some frog tape or blue painter's tape. I prefer the frog tape. You'll get the best results. You'll also need some isopropyl so you can wipe down all the frames one last time after you sanded and cleaned it, just to get rid of all of the extra junk that may have stayed behind. But yeah, this is the final product before I paint. Everything has been sanded, degreased. As you can see, I took off the seal from both sides, and you can see a lot more of the glass than before. It actually makes a huge difference. I'm gonna be resealing it after by taping it and then applying the silicone, taking off the tape after I paint. And like I said before, you'd wanna use this stuff. It's the GE silicone. This stuff is 100% pure silicone and indoor outdoor use. This stuff is really the best. It's 10 bucks, 11 bucks, but it's worth it. All right, so I put a first layer of tape around the door frame. I always like to do this so I can get really, really close to the actual frame with the tape. Next, I'll put the rosin paper and I'll tape that to the tape. I'm gonna do both sides. All right, so I have the first layer of rosin paper. Have it on this side. I have it on the other side of this door. Now I just have to finish this side and then begin painting. Also going to put some rosin paper around the frame on both sides. I'll be painting all this, the matte black finish. All this, I'll be putting trim around this later. So I'll have to put the rosin paper on the ceiling as well. And I'll just hit that with some spray paint and it should be done. All right, so I have the whole entire frame covered with the rosin paper. It's not the neatest job, but
this place is under construction, so I'm not really too concerned with the overspray. Just want to protect the majority. So I'm gonna hit this with a coat, the first coat, and I'll show you the results. All right, so as you can see, I have the first coat of paint on the threshold and on the frame. It came out pretty nice. I actually went to Home Depot and bought a exhaust fan because there's a lot of smell of the spray paint. But the coverage is excellent. It's going on really nice. This is just the first coat, and I'd say I got like 80% of coverage. It looks really, really nice. Some overspray, I don't care. It's gonna be covered by molding. So yeah, that's the first coat. I'm gonna hit it again with another coat. This is a day later, and it should adhere really well. I actually ended up moving the doors to this wall so it could be closer to the exhaust fan. This is actually doing a very good job. I can already see the plastic of those room wraps being pulled out from suction. So yeah, I'm gonna one more coat and I'll show you the results. Still have to paint those. All right, so I just finished painting this side of these doors. This is actually 2 days later from the last section. I'm going a little slow with this because I want to get really nice coverage and I want to have the coats dry in between. It's actually coming out really, really nice. I highly recommend this paint right here. As you can see, there is not a lot of overspray. I mean, it really just gets to where you want it. I mean, of course you see that I have it above a little bit, but it pretty much goes exactly where you need it, which is really nice because it gives you really nice results. Like, I don't know if you can see that, it's almost factory. Like, I have no complaints at all. I also do a very thin coats in between. I spray a really thin coat. I let it dry for like 20 minutes. I come back. So these doors actually really have like 7-8 coats, but 2 main coats through per day. So I let each main coat dry overnight. That's how I achieve this result. So yeah, this result came to be because I sanded it with the 240 grit, and I couldn't be happier. Still have to flip them, do the other side, but it's coming together really nice. Still have to put one more coat on the frame. I'll show you that when I'm done with the other side as well. I'll actually flip one door right now to show you the comparison between the two sides. So as you can see, these are the comparison of the two. So I'm going from a color like this to a matte black. As you can see, it's already been sanded, degreased. So the paint really adheres really well. I already did the two sides, so I just have to paint the face of the backs. But yeah, this should come out really nice. And I have the new locks that are going in, so that's gonna look really, really nice against the black. One last thing, since I did take out the screws along the frame, as you can see, and on the threshold got a little loose, and when it's loose, it separates from the frame a little bit. So what you want to do is put something heavy down, so when you screw it down, it acts as the screw, exposing what's being blocked by the threshold. So before I put something heavy, this was raised up a little bit since there was no screw, and there was exposing some like aluminum. So I put that down so I was able to paint it. So you definitely want to look for fine little details. That will make the finished product that much better. All right, so both of the sides of the doors are painted. Now it's time to caulk and seal it. The sides that I'm gonna seal are both the sides on this side. And then on this side, only this side. The seal is very strong on this side. So the stuff that I am... All right, so both sides are completely painted, and I'm gonna begin to seal it with GE silicone. This is the stuff I'm using right here. I'm gonna be using the Supreme Silicone, 100% waterproof. This is non-paintable, clear. This is gonna be perfect for filling in this crevice right here. I made sure to cut it really small. It's perfectly enough for when I put in this rod. It cleaned it off as I pulled it out. Also, I bought new weather seals. Painted this as well. This is gonna be the new weather strip. So this is gonna be brand new. I'll put that on. I also found a newer version of this. So this is it right here. This will be the door stopper. So yeah, much nicer, and it's a little bigger, so it'll look nice. So I'm gonna proceed to seal all the edges, take off the tape, and do the other side. All right, so I have the other side caulked. Now I'm gonna do this side the same way. Then I'll be adding the weather strip. I'll be showing you that process. So I'll get to that. Next, I'll be installing the weather strip. This goes right in this channel right there. Fairly simple process. All right, so I have the weather strip right here. This is brand new. As you can see, it feels really nice. It has a little, like a tip, like a pointy tip right there. And what you do is you find where you need to put it, and it should slide right in. And okay, it's kind of hard to do with one hand. Okay, so now I got it. So I'll just continue doing that all the way down, and that's the only side I need. All right, so I have the weather strip on. Super smooth. Next, I'll be putting these screws in that I took out from the old threshold and the walls of the sliding door. I also ended up finishing this room. As you can see, just new painted, new light. New door. All right, so I'm gonna put the screws in, I'll show you. All right, so I have all the screws on right there. They look really nice, factory coated. Just a little detail for the finish. So now I'm gonna be attempting to move these doors. I'm just a little worried because they're like really heavy. They're like each over 150 pounds. Made in Japan, so hopefully I can get them in without scratching the new paint. So yeah, there we go. All right, so I have one of the sides in. I actually used Moven mitts because this door is like really heavy and I had like no grip, but it went in perfectly. As you can see, just clean the glass real quick with the Zep cleaner. This stuff works really nice. So yeah, now I just have to install the next one. Then I'll install the lock and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so I have both of the doors installed. It went really nice. Thank God I didn't scratch anything, especially how it's all freshly painted. As you can see, I didn't install the lock yet. Just gonna give you a test run. Slides really nice, rolls really nice. It's super sturdy, and I'm super glad that I stuck with it and I didn't get the vinyl version. Again, they're made in Japan, so you know you can't get this quality under $5,000. I ended up using some brass screws to hold the threshold. Then I used the machined black screws for the door frame itself. And there's more, but you can't really see that. Here's a look. So yeah, this is the end result. I'm gonna, well, actually I gotta install the lock. I'll show you that, but definitely worth it. Saved a lot of money, and I'm very pleased. Definitely check out that Behr spray paint from Home Depot. It held up really nice, even bumping it into the threshold a little bit while I was trying to get it in the track. There's no scratches whatsoever, still in mint condition. So I'll proceed to install that lock right there, and I'll show you what it looks like. Again, I'm going from this to the new one, so that's definitely gonna make a difference. You know, there'd be no way to restore this. So that's gonna look really nice and complete the look and make it look like I did spend the $5,000 on a new door. All right, finally it's totally done. I have the locks installed. As you can see, it's a gloss finish. I even have the screws perfectly straight. I even put this door stopper in with the new screws. It honestly came out incredible. I'm so glad I did this. It looks brand new. You wouldn't even be able to tell unless you really, really look, but you still probably can't. And I really highly recommend doing this if you have the time and patience. You can really make anything turn new again if you get the parts. Like just adding the new locking mechanism. As you can see, it's a simple lock. And right here, there's a new lock mechanism right here. Just shut this. I'm gonna keep this blue sticker on until I'm done with the construction. And that's pretty much it. Please subscribe and look out for my other videos. I'm actually gonna have a video of me flipping this room. So it's gonna have the life-proof flooring. I actually redid this closet and I made this door, and I copied the paneling that's in the rest of my home. So yeah, there's a lot to go over. Really nice process. So please check it out and please subscribe. Thanks for watching.